Hello guys, welcome to the studio. Today we're going to be talking about this new Akai MPC X Special Edition. Let's talk about the features and how it's different from the original X. Then also advise you if it's going to be a best buy for you for now or not. Come on, let's go. Welcome back. So like we said earlier, just I think sometimes last week, Akai MPC launched this new special edition of the original MPC X. Now, for those who already like the Akai family, you know that Akai MPC X is one of the best, MPC ever, to grace the face of the earth. Yes, I said it. Way better than even the MPC Live 2 and all that, because of just one basic and major feature. It is actually made to be actual, standalone, in terms of you having all the plugins, you having all the the ins and the outs that you actually need to make production, music production on a very large scale. Basically, we're talking about the fact that it's also got a lot of keys and knobs, which makes it a lot easier for you to actually walk around. The tactile feel for those who love hardware makes it more interesting, with the availability of all those knobs and the keys compared to the others, whereby you have to use functions or, shift and things like that to attain some of those features. On your MPC X, all those things are there already. So now there's a special edition. How is it different from the original edition, which is the X? From here, I think three basic things, right? Three basic things. And out of those three basic things, let's just go with three basic things. And then we have one which is not a functional requirement. So the very first thing, X comes with 2 gig of RAM, but the special edition now has 4 gig of RAM, which means for those of you who are used to working and then getting pissed or angry that your device is draggy, is very slow to respond when you get to a certain stage in your project, probably you have added a lot of plugins and things like that, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Why? The MPC X now has 4 gig, and that might basically means you get more from the machine in itself in terms of supporting your bigger project, and then everything runs faster. Then we're talking about the memory, the onboard memory. MPC X got 16 gig. MPC X Special Edition has got about 48 gig, which means, well, more on board for you. And I know basically a lot of people usually will still kind of extend it. So like here, I got a hard drive inside, I got a 7500 gig inside, and then I also still got space for SD cards and flash drives and all that I can easily add and work. So that might not really be something like, okay, fine, let me run off that because of this, since you can easily extend on both devices. It's there, it's a good one, but yeah. Now let's talk about the fact that the software that comes with it comes bundled with a lot of the plugins that we naturally buy on other devices. So there are some plugins right now, like all those music plugins, all those instrumentals and all that you have to buy to use on the Live 2, or to use on even the X, or to use on your MPC 1. They actually come pre-installed, bundled with the MPC X Special Edition, which means, well, you get to save a lot of bucks, not having to buy all those ones. Now let's talk about one more feature, which is not a functional requirement for me, is the look. And that is, I don't know, but that's what a lot of people always start with. They go, oh yeah, they brought back the retro look. Retro, everybody's just talking about retro look. Personally, I'm not a fan of anything that is not functional. Like, yeah, I might like a red car driving by, but I'm not gonna pick a red car if it's some hundreds of naira more expensive than the black car that does the same thing. That's me personally. Because all I'm much more concerned about is the functionalities and the features. What has this thing got to offer me? Nobody's going to come to my studio and say, oh yeah, because you're using a retro, let me give you $500 extra for your production. No. As long as they are sure that, okay, fine, well, yeah, all they're going to say, yeah, maybe fine device. But then the functionalities. Can you give us what we want? It's not going to make the money. You can't tell them, well, can't you say I'm using a retro for you have to pay me more? No. So they run after devices because of retro look or things like that. It's just for the aesthetics. And people are already cool with black color. There's not black color cannot go wrong in anything. So if you think you want to switch, you already have an X and you want to go switch because, oh yeah, there's a retro, I want the retro look. I don't think that's a good idea. But if you are looking at the functionalities and the new features and you feel this actually will work for me to make my work a lot easier now, or it will help me with the problems I'm currently having on the MPC X, then you can go for it. Do you get where I'm going now? And the price difference is not that much. I think currently MPC X still sells for around, how much is that? Maybe like 2002, 2003 with VAT anyway. But the retro, sorry, this new one, it's retro, this new one, the special edition now sells for about 2005, 2006. So the price difference might be in the range of 300 max $400. So if you feel all those new features is what, probably selling the old one or something like that and then adding more money and picking up the new one, or, entirely getting the new one at that cost and then probably, seriously, if you already have the X, I think you should be good to go. And if it's not giving you any problem, I think you're good to go. But if you have maybe something like Live and you're looking at jumping maybe to X, I would not think it's a smart idea or smart move to go and get the old X, except you're on a budget, right? Which will still work. But I'm just saying, an advice would be to just go for the special edition. Why? Because of the functionalities, because of those added functions, added features rather. Talking about the RAM increase, memory, because trust me, everything that is on X is still the same thing you see on the special edition. Talking about the front end, the back end, I'm talking about, don't mind me, software developers. I'm talking about how you see it, from the front and from the back, the whole knobs, ins and outs, everything is the same. Screen size, the same. Now, software is still the same software that is currently available right now. And now with the retro look. So check it out. My deck is like all black now. I have the Machine Studio, I have the MPC Touch, and I have the MPC Live 2. If I get a retro, look, where am I going to put it? Maybe here, and then the switches of the whole, changes of the whole aesthetics of here. Probably looks a lot like my board. But in essence, what I'm saying is, do not save up to go for anything of such, especially if you want to get serious with your job because of the look. I don't advise it for you, especially as a startup. Don't go for it because of the look. Go for it if you really need the features and the functionalities that it comes, bundled with. That will really help you in anything you're buying, especially for your work, because all what those things does is basically just takes more from you and is not giving you anything back in return. Let's be realistic. It's not giving you anything back in return because they are not function worthy. They are not function add-ons. They are not, they are not feature, worthy. I'm not going to, the price they put on it is not something you can actually bill on. Do you get? So, and it's not something that can make your work a lot easier. I don't know, except if you see that ash color, you are going to work better. If you're that kind of person, fine. God bless you. But normally, I would say the features that make me work better, the features that make me work faster, the features that will enhance and enable my productivity, those are the things I'll go out for when I'm picking up a device. So, yeah, that's just it. That's basically just it. So those are the basic things that actually comes bundled with the MPC X Special Edition. And we also might understand the fact that I'm not sure maybe the chips that is being used, back then for the old MPC X is still what's going to be used here. It might actually be more powerful right now because of, technology improves every other time. It might comes back now very powerful and things like that. Just like someone was asking me that should I pick up the MPC Live 2 or should I go for the Timberland edition because of the price range and all that. And the only reason I told him go try the Timberland edition is simple. It's not even because it's got Timberland packs on it. It's because we've been having some issues now with the MPC Live 2 batteries. If you don't know, yeah, just know now. A lot of people have been having issues with the batteries, and this is just barely like 2 years, max 3 years out now, and then it's already having the battery problem, which means you now have to start thinking of changing the battery. But for those who are using the MPC, the new Timberland that just came out now, if you go for that one, definitely you're going to have more. Probably some of the things might have been worked upon. We're not sure. We're just saying that technology has improved from then till now, 2 years ago. So after 2 years, technology would have improved, and then you see the battery might just be better than what you currently have on the MPC Live 2 when it was initially released. So except if they are still making it in production, making the new ones of this and still selling. But if it's what you are going to get in the market is what was produced when everything was rolled out, trust me, you're still going to have the same issue with the battery. I'm not going to even lie to you. You're going to still have the same problem with the batteries. So that's just it for me. So right now, if I know that the battery will not really serve me, why would I still go and buy something like MPC Live 2? I'll just go for the ones I know that the battery will still, even though it doesn't have battery, to give me the same features and functionalities. Maybe we stick with 1, or maybe just the normal Live, or well, if I have money, go get the X, and then I know that, okay, fine, I've gotten the X and I'm done with it. So that's just it for now. I hope that would basically just help you to make, informed decisions before you go ahead and jump on it. Say, I want to buy this new MPC X Special Edition. And yeah, that's just it. We'll see you in the next one.